Welcome to your future. I'm so excited because you are watching a video that will truly blast off your business. You just recently came on board the company, or maybe you've been in our business for a little while, maybe you just want a little spark and maybe you want to build momentum, or you already have momentum and you just want to keep surging to your next promotions. Well, this is the video that you're going to want to watch all the time, master this, and then also make sure that your team members, especially your new team members, watch this at the very beginning of their career. I'm calling this, and we're calling this, mastering the invitation, right? And if you master this one simple action, you will truly build an amazing business, achieve all the dreams you've ever dreamt about, and even more, and be able to transform and change not only your life, but the lives of many others. Are you ready? Well, great. So before I get to the invitation, there's one concept I want to share with you. It's called the scenario of disaster. What's that? Well, the scenario of disaster is something you do not want to go and find yourself into. You do not want to have your new team members fall into that scenario. So what it is, you've got to know it first so that you know how to stay away from it. Is that fair? Well, here it is. And so as you can see, the scenario of disaster here, step one is you've just gotten out of the corporate overview, you just finished up having your one-on-one, and you're excited. Man, you're fired up. You're fired up because you see the bigger picture, you see the vision. Maybe you've awoken some dreams you haven't dreamt in years, and you're excited. And guess what? You go home, maybe you go see your spouse, your best friends, your family, your mom and dad, your brother, sister, and they see you like you've never been before. They see you so excited like you've never been before. And number two is they get curious. What's going on with Fred here? What's going on with Janet here? Why? Then number three, they start asking you questions. Hey Fred, why are you so excited? Hey Janet, what's different about you? What's going on? And because you're so excited, because you're so amped up, because you're literally have all these things going on, as you can see here, what's the human nature? If I ask you a question, what do most people do? For example, what time is it? What did you have for lunch? Most people are going to what? Answer that question. So, now your friend, family member sees you so excited to ask you, what's going on? And you just can't hold it in. You just, gotta tell you, and all of a sudden, whoosh, you just let everything out. And maybe you just don't know everything yet. Maybe you just only know a little bit, but you say stuff that maybe, just maybe, is not the right stuff. So you answer wrong. Now, what happens when somebody answers wrong? Well, maybe your friend, your family member, your brother-in-law, your mom or dad, your coworker say, ooh, they jump to some wrong conclusions. Like, whoa, I don't know about that. That sounds a little weird. You're too excited. It must be too good to be true. And then all of a sudden, it leads to, as you can see here, failure. And as you can see here, there's 7 steps here you do not want to get into. But take a look at the very first 2 steps, right? The very first 2 steps, you want to be excited, you want to stay pumped up, you want to stay amped up for your future, right? Because this literally could change your life and transform the life of your parents, your mom, your brother, your sister, your spouse, your kids. But you got to stay within the first 2. So don't go through the whole scenario of disaster. Just understand it, know it, but stay away from it. And how to stay away from it is you focus on the first 2. Number 1, stay excited. Always be excited. In fact, the winner, the champions, are the ones, and write this down, who stay excited as long as it takes until the job gets done. So can you stay excited until the job gets done? And what's that job? Well, that's your monster why. And in another video, we're going to talk about that. And if you haven't seen that, you've got to watch that video. Because the monster why is your fuel. But number 1, you got to be excited about that. You got to be excited about where you're headed. Doesn't matter where you're at, doesn't matter where you've been, but where you're going is what's going to excite you and your family. What's going to excite you and your new team member. What's going to excite you and the future generations that you're going to leave a legacy for. So always stay excited. Because why? Man, to me, the worst day in WFG, the worst day in this business, is better than any other day out there in corporate America. Choice is yours. And the awesome thing is, in business, you have choices. But number 2 here, keep people curious. So stay at 1 and 2 right here. Just stay at 1 and 2 and you will rock this company, you will rock this business, and you will have an amazing life. So that's a scenario of disaster. So let's talk about mastering the invitation. And what I really want to do is focus you on your prospect list. If you're sitting here watching this video, do you have a prospect list? Do you have an updated prospect list? Do you have a fresh prospect list? Prospect list is very important. But make sure, if you haven't done so, watch the prospect list video. Get with your key leadership and sit down and do a prospect list, a brand new one. Especially if you're running for a promotion, you want to just get some more momentum, you want to build momentum faster, you just came from a big event, get your prospect list done. So do that. Get at least your top 10, at least your top 5. But you're brand new in the business right now. I'm assuming you haven't even touched your market yet. Well, guess what? It's an honor and privilege to be able to go help the people that are truly closest to you. Would you agree? Man, I remember when I first came to this business, I got so fired up, I got so excited. The very next day after I came on board the company, I saw the 2 most important people in my life at that time was my mom and dad. They were my hottest market. And at the time, my best cousin, my best friends, those were my top 5. And guess what? Man, I brought the right trainers, I set up the appointment properly, and they all did some great things. And all I had to do was be excited and get them curious. And then everybody else did the rest. Watch this. You got your top 5. You got the names on your prospect list. You got the numbers on your prospect list. All we got to do is pick up this amazing device, this amazing tool right here called my smartphone. But it's only smart if you use it, right? So you use this phone, and guess what? All I gotta do is look at my list, and I'm just gonna pick my top 5. And I'm gonna get my first one. And all I'm gonna do is simple. Because why? Your best friends on that top 5 should be your parents, your spouse, your best friends, your best colleagues at work, the people that trust you the most, the people if you needed help, they would be there at 3 o'clock in the morning on the side of the road to help you, to pick you up. They'd be there if you needed a place to eat and to stay. When you go over to their house, you don't even have to knock, you can just walk in, right? When you go to their house, you don't even have to ask, you can just go straight to the refrigerator and get a drink or get some food. That's your top 5. If on your top 5 right now aren't those kinds of people, they are not your top 5. So go back to your prospect list, go back to your leadership, and do it again. Get your top 5 done. If you do this right, you can hit marketing director and beyond with just your top 10. And you do it right, you get into other people's top 10, and you will build a strong, lasting business. So here's the invitation. Watch this. No script. Watch this. You call your top 5, and here it is. You ready? Ready to take notes? I know you are. You got your pen? You got the paper? Take notes. Here we go. Ring, ring. Hey, best friend. Are you at home? Great, I'm coming over. Cool, I'm gonna bring a friend. Awesome, see you then. Bye. Did you catch that? Let's do it again. Mom and dad. Ring, ring. Hey mom, man, I want to see you guys. I got some great news. You home? Yes? Great, I'm coming over this evening. Cool? Alright, I'm going to bring a friend. Give me about an hour or so. Awesome, love you mom. Bye. You getting the picture here? Let's not make it too complicated. All you got to do is make sure you, first of all, the very first thing is you got to come with your monster why. You got to know that. Number 2, you got to get that top 5, the true top 5 prospect list. And number 3, you just got to give them a call. If you don't give them a call, somebody else is going to call them. Somebody else is going to show them the business. Somebody else is going to help them become a client. If you don't do it, somebody else will. I'm going to show you one last time. Are you ready? Best friend, best cousin, right? The person who was your maid of honor, best man at your wedding. You were the best man for their wedding. You were the maid of honor for their wedding. You're the godfather, godmother of their children, vice versa, right? You stay at their house, they stay at your house. These are the ones that are on your top 5. And this is all you gotta do. Ring, ring. Hey, bro. Man, I'm so excited. I haven't seen you in a little bit. But man, I want to come visit you. Are you home? either tomorrow evening or Thursday evening. When's a better time I can come by? Thursday, cool. I'll be by for about an hour. I want to bring a friend with me. Great. Is Mary going to be there with you? Awesome. All right, Joe, I'll see you and Mary on Thursday evening. Have a great night. Bye. Click. That's not much of a script, but all we got to do is there's 3 things that you got to do. Number 1, be excited. Number 2, make sure you understand your why and know your why. Number 3, call the prospect list. Call the prospect list. You do it now, you're going to build a huge business. Ladies and gentlemen, you do it now, you're going to become the stuff of dreams can come true for you. I can't put it into words, but you can build something special just by staying focused on mastering the invitation. And if you do that, then you help other people. You get into their business, get into their market, and you help them get into their top 10, top 5, and master the invitation. Imagine how big you can build your team, how big you can grow your organization, and how many lives you can impact. I look forward to hearing your success stories. Let's rock straight to the top. You will be the master inviter, and you will be at the top. See you at the top.